Patry Balanovski. It seems pretty simple, but it's not. It's not simple, and I will show you why. You maybe will not see, but this concept is not symmetrical. So if we are doing it like sculpting it, we'll have to break the symmetry at some point if we want to be completely true to the concept. But we usually are not completely true to the concepts. We are lying to the concepts. We're not true to the concept. So we'll see how this will go. But the idea is that I did it once already. I will show you this. I did it just this morning. And yeah, it's not exactly, the face is not exactly like the concept. The idea here of the weekly challenge that I'm doing on my Discord server, link in the description of the video. So every week we have a challenge in the Discord. So this weekly challenge is this, but also make the body, whatever you want, however you want. The body can be a cat, for example, if you want. But the idea is that, you know, imagination. Just boost your imagination and do it. So we will do this character. Now this is the head. I will add a sphere immediately for the body because, you know, it's a stylized character. I want to just see where the body will be and how it will behave a little bit before I continue with the head. Usually I don't do that much. I usually start with the head and kind of do it to a point that I'm relatively happy with it. Now I don't know if I will make this pose or some other pose will be better. Probably another pose we will make, yeah. On the thumbnail, the pose is I showed you, but we'll make another one. Let's see if we can. Yeah, another pose, you know, another stream, another pose. It's completely normal. A little bit of this and this. Yeah, it will not be an easy character. I'm just saying, yeah, it's not as hard as the yesterday's character, which was the girl. Because beautiful girls, I always say, they are the hardest to get right on sculpting. Nothing else. Yeah. By the way, many people probably think that the beautiful girls are the hardest to get in real life. It depends. Some beautiful girls are just lonely because nobody is except for, you know, very some guys who are doesn't have shame, shameless guys. Only they are inviting them, and they feel lonely. But they never, you know, they will never know if you are a good guy or not unless they happen to get to know you, which is the difficult part. How to get them to know you. And also, you might think you're this good and amazing guy and you will make every woman happy, but usually that's not the case. Everybody has its flaws, and we manage to not see our flaws very clearly. Yeah. We are very selfish and other stuff, and no, you know, the girl of your dreams, the beautiful girl that you're dreaming of, she probably doesn't want a selfish guy. She wants somebody to take care of her, her needs, her desires, her everything, which, by the way, many women wants that, or all of them probably, which is very difficult. So yeah, you have to let go a little bit of the blender or sculpting or games, which we as men, and I'm talking we as men because most of the people who are watching this channel are obviously men. The percentage is, I think, around more than 90% are men, male. That's what I'm talking about, like this, you know. If it happens that you're watching is you're a girl, or you identify as a girl, you can be a male but identify as a woman, you know. That's a thing right now. 20 years ago, it wasn't, but now it's a thing. You can identify as a cat, as a jellyfish, I guess, everybody can identify as a freedom, democracy. That's cool. That's good. I prefer that to something like dictatorships or whatever. Sorry, Russians. Sorry, Belarusians. But that's, you know, how the things go sometimes in our world. Not very nice. So, what was the idea? I don't know. What was I talking about? Why I started talking? I started talking about the beautiful girls because yesterday we tried to do a beautiful girl. It came out not so pretty though. I'm not super happy about the result, but it's too late to remake it, you know. Maybe we can remake it some other time when we are better, when we are faster, when we are smoother. Yeah, the guy in the chat says, I identify as a loser. You can identify as a loser, you can identify as a winner, you can identify as whatever, but what you are is usually determined by nature. You know, yeah, loser, no, of course. You can identify as a lawyer, but if you have not lawyer degree, you probably are not. But you identify as one, so it's cool. Of course, you could identify as a pilot of a spaceship. Absolutely cool. But who cares? Nobody. So, yeah. That's the idea. Identification doesn't mean too much. Of course it means something for the people that identify. It means a lot to them. So, yeah, that's absolutely cool by me. I'm fine. Have a nice day, Mr. Nico. So, somebody is quitting the chat and he said, have a nice day, Mr. Nico. Okay. Have a nice day yourself. Bastard. No, it's okay. Hello from Tunisia. Oh, Tunisia is here. Good. Games and sculpts. You cannot give them up, right? Yeah. But it depends. I mean, you can find a balance between your personal life, the games, and sculpting. Probably it can be found. I haven't never met somebody who have found it. Usually everybody is complaining that their wives are kind of beating them up, not beating them literally, but beating them for playing games or you know, sculpting or whatever. No, for sculpting, usually they say, okay, this is your job, you're making money out of this, you can do it. I allow you to do it. Because women, they tend to be tyrannical sometimes. They just allow you or not allow you something, you know. So I allow you to sculpt because this can make some money. But I don't allow you to play games because this will not bring any money to the table. It will not feed our kids. It will not do anything for the prosperity of this family. So you are forbidden to play games forever. And what are we living for, you know, if we cannot play games as men, as males? We are destined to die fast or hard. Die hard. Die hard, it's amazing. Okay. Let's see. Somebody said in the comment of my latest stream, so the yesterday stream, that it's very nice, but you talk too much. So when you are streaming, there is no talking too much. There is always talking too little. No talking too much. Too much talking doesn't exist in the streaming world. So that's what I wanted to say here. And I will just close my mouth and not talk anymore. To the end of the stream. No, I'm joking, of course, I will talk. I don't care. I don't care if somebody thinks that I talk too much, because, as I said, in my opinion, too much doesn't exist in the streaming world. By the way, somebody asked me yesterday if I happen to use more the draw sharp brush instead of a draw brush, and yes, because I forgot that the shortcut of the draw brush is V, and I was using only X, which is the shortcut of The draw brush. The draw sharp, I mean. Draw sharp. You grow sharp. Or draw sharp, I don't know. How much time do we have? We are almost ready. 10 minutes, okay. I have to make a series of videos about like sculpting something for 10 minutes. It will be awful, of course, but impressive, right? Ugly, but impressive. I don't know. Probably I will not do it. But if I do, you will see. But I will not. But you will see if I do. You know? But Nico, it is female dictatorship. Exactly. Some people are living on political dictatorship. Some people, like me, are living in female dictatorship. So yes, you know, it's easier, we may say, to run away from the female dictatorship. You just say, fuck it, and you go. Easy, yes. When you are in a political dictatorship, it's not that easy to go. You can say fuck it and try to go, and then end up in jail. So, yeah, it's better to be in a female dictatorship, I would say. Yeah, it's better. And why do we? I was always wondering. The man is the strongest. He's stronger than woman usually. I'm not saying every time. There are women who lift a lot of big weights, but not so many women that are doing that. So women are usually smaller, weaker physically. And why are we allowing them to control us? Exactly because they are weaker and everything. These days especially, it's not like the old days. The old days, if the woman says something and you just do this on the table like and say, shut up woman, go to your room or whatever, and everything is over. Nowadays, emancipation, women right and everything, and I agree with that. I agree with that because they're human, they're creatures that are human like us. So they deserve the same. They don't deserve to be oppressed. I don't approve oppression of women. It's just not right. So I'm all for the emancipation and women working and bringing money to the table, if they can. They usually can these days. All right, good. Why not just mute if they're bothered? Exactly. Everybody can mute if they have problems with me talking that much. But the idea is not like, it's not that. The idea to make a comment like this, that I talk too much, is to troll. It's just a trolling thing, you know. So it's completely okay. Everybody likes to be heard. Everybody likes to make some impression. And even if it's a bad one, bad impression, it's fine for many people. They are getting their wits, their happiness from the nerves of other people, you know. They're making you nervous. They are making you feel bad, and they feel amazing for that. But even the trolls, they don't know that they are feeling good for a very small amount of time, and then they have to do something again and again, and it's a vicious cycle they cannot run away from. It's bad. I would say it's bad. So we are making some big teeth, and it's going relatively fine. Let's make a little bit of ears, and we'll see. Now, arms. It's time for arms. The face is not ready. It doesn't have hair and everything. But as I said, usually when I work, I try to move from something to something. not to keep myself on one thing only. And in my opinion, this is the best way. Because this will allow me, when I return back to the face, to see things that I couldn't just before. Because when you concentrate on one thing for too long, you start to not see things. So let me see. Okay, okay, now so we have to push the elbows in, forward. I mean, elbows forward, shoulders forward also. I don't know if I will be able to do it. I have to do this pose a couple of times myself, just to see, especially in front of the mirror, it will be nicer. If you can make photos of yourself when you're making poses like this, for a character, of course, not for Facebook or Instagram, hopefully, because it's sad when people are posting this stuff on Instagram or whatever. You know, when somebody is posting their fitness picture in the internet, a lot of people are doing that. I also sometimes do that, but it's sad. It speaks about their self-esteem. Their self-esteem needs to be pumped by other people. So if you need your self-esteem to be pumped by other people, then your self-esteem is in a bad shape. And yes, it happens, it's human, it's normal, but you have to realize it. It's good to be realized. I mean, if you realize it, you will say, okay, so maybe I should do something else about it instead of posting in social media, pretending to be happy, and because everybody's happy in Instagram, everybody's happy in Facebook, everybody's traveling a lot around the world or their country, and yeah, because only when they're traveling, and only if they smile before the camera is taking the shot, only then they're posting these photographs. Otherwise, they don't post. And yeah, always smiling, always like life is super nice, life is amazing, although their dog died just a couple of days ago, for example. But yeah, but it's okay, it's fine, it's completely fine, because you know, if it was the other way around, if it was people posting only their griefest moments, people, you know, always like this, frowning in the pictures, I don't think it would be a nice place to be. So it's fine. It's a little bit awkward, but fine. It's artificial, it's not real, but it's fine. It's also funny and a little bit stupid, but that's the way it should be. Always smile on the photos. Always seem happy, although you're not. But everybody wants to see happy people, so I will smile for the photos. My eyes, they're sad as hell, but I'm smiling. But the eyes, they show the truth. Yeah. So, let's see what you guys are talking about. Zdravo, Nico. Zdravo. Where do you got this reference from? Read the description of the video, please. I like to hear you talk while sculpting. It's really chill. Thank you. How do you change between teeth and body so fast? Yeah, that's really a secret. I cannot tell you. If I tell you this, I will lose all my advantage. You know, I'm a teacher. I have to teach people. I have to sell my courses. In the description of this video, you can find them. And if I tell you this secret, everything will go to hell. Nobody will buy my courses, you know. So I prefer not to tell. This guy. So we will make the hair. With Alt Q I'm doing it, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, somebody even answered you, yeah. Somebody just... Why? Why did you tell him? Whatever. Hi Nico, how are you doing in Thailand? How were I doing in Thailand? Because I'm not in Thailand anymore. Unfortunately, Thailand is a very nice place. When I got back from Thailand, it was surreal for me. You know, in Thailand, it's nice because nobody cares about you. I mean, it's strange. You're walking along the streets, nobody is watching you, nobody is seeing you, especially in Bangkok because it's a big city. Everybody's minding their own business. Here, when I came to Bulgaria, when I landed, and in the metro, some people are staring just to see if you will move your eyes quicker than them. So it's like measuring who is the best man or something. You know, it's funny, but that's how it is in the Slavic culture, in the Balkans, also in Russia, most likely. We are similar in cultural references. So yeah, it's funny, but yeah, it was nice. It was nice. It was warm also in Thailand. It was super nice. Here in Bulgaria, it's cold. Today I'm suffering from cold. It's not that cold though. It's like now it's 11 degrees Celsius, which is not super cold. But for me, it's pretty cold. Because until yesterday, I was at 30 degrees every day for 2 weeks. And it was nice. It's a little bit too much. I would say, yeah, it's a little bit too much, probably, but I liked it. Beat me, I like it. I like the 30 degrees. Thailand is a mess. I don't think so. If you live there, probably, but if you go to a vacation for 1 month, for example, or less, it's amazing. It's why you make so many muscular characters like this too. It's very rare for someone to look like this IRL, but idealistic designs sell. Exactly. Idealistic girls, idealistic male, idealistic everything is selling. And it's looking nice. And we like it. And we have to do it, by the way, because in games and everything, we have these characters like the God of War or whatever. I mean, all the characters in games, like the heroes, not all, most are kind of a strong male or strong female or sexy female characters. Yeah, sexy female. No, strong female, yes, but sexy also. They have to be. You cannot make, usually, in most games, there are exceptions though, but usually if you make a female character, it has to be sexy female. If you make a male character, it has to be strong and intimidating, and sometimes also sexy. That's the idea of how the game works. And it's also, again, funny and strange, but it's normal because everybody wants to play a game where it's pleasant to see and it's nice to see the characters. You know, if everybody in the game were fat and ugly, it will not be a very pleasant game to play, and most people will not buy it. Some people will though, but there are always people who like strange things. They will not make too much money for the manufacturer of the game, so yeah. And if somebody asks, Nico, but are you saying that fat is ugly? Usually, yes, it is. And if you don't agree, I don't know what to say. But, you know, what I'm saying is my opinion. I am me, and in my head, I have some thinkings. I have some things. If you don't agree with them, it's absolutely okay. We are different people, and with different thinkings, ways of thinking. So it's fine. Hello, I'm trying to be a figure artist. I started sculpting in Blender 2 years ago. Will Blender be enough? I'm doing anime figures. Blender is completely enough for most tasks, except for pretty much hyper-realistic characters. Although you can manage in Blender, but I don't suggest it. If you will do hyper-realistic characters, try ZBrush. Or hyper-realistic monsters, for example, ZBrush. Everything with a lot of details, but for anime characters, for something that's stylized and everything, ZBrush is working too, but Blender is completely enough. Also, what I told a guy yesterday, he asked me, I'm working on Blender, but should I learn ZBrush? ZBrush is always nice to know, especially if you want to work in the industry at some point. The industry wants ZBrush almost always, not completely always. The idea is that if your portfolio is good, if it's made in Blender, it's fine. If it's not good, even if it's made in ZBrush, it's not fine. So remember that. The better portfolio is much more important than the software that it was made in. So ZBrush, cool. Blender, also cool, if it is good. And also the software doesn't matter that much since you can learn it pretty quickly. I mean, ZBrush, even if it's a little bit awkward software, as many people say, it can be learned in 1 month, in my opinion. If you push yourself a little bit, you can learn Blender. But sculpting, anatomy, and all the things I'm teaching in my courses, it's no, 1 month, 1 year even is not enough. In order to become good, it's much more than that. Of course, Mr. Gabriel Guerra is an example of a guy who has done it for 1.5 years, I think, and he became pretty good. But still, he has more to learn, as all of us. But he's an example of somebody who have learned and got fat pretty quick. I mean, got good in sculpting pretty quick. In anatomy also. Likenesses even. His Ryan Gosling is not bad at all. But also he got fat. So, yeah. What? I know. We all know. Hopefully, he will regain his health. But you see, that's the idea. You are spending more than like 10 hours every day for about an year to learn how to sculpt, to learn anatomy and everything, and you get fat. It's normal. But then you go to the gym and you start moving more, you start walking more, and suddenly you're not fat anymore. But the skill is there, still there. So I don't know. Probably it's worth it. Most likely it is. So I'm paying too much attention to these arms, I guess. They're not as important in my opinion to pay so much attention to them. Attention to the arms. We don't like attention to the arms. So, what's happening? Hey Nico, hope you're doing fine. Do you think you'll do a character or prop that will require you to do hard surface sculpting? So you probably haven't seen my courses if you're asking this question, so just check them out. It's fine. You mean here on the channel probably. Yeah, hard surface sculpting is first not that interesting for me. Second, it takes a little bit more time, so I prefer to do more interesting things on this channel, to sculpt mostly. And yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Your question is answered. You can go now, or you can stay. Up to you. That's your choice. I'm not chasing you away. It's fine. How many polys can you get up to in Blender before it becomes uncomfortable to sculpt on your machine? On my machine, I was sculpting once in, 10 million probably, it's fine. It depends on the mesh. If it doesn't have subdivisions, if it doesn't have multi-res or something, probably 5 to 10 million is the most. Then it will start getting worst. This is my machine, and if I change my video card at some point, I am planning to change it to something better. And I'm thinking 4070 Super, as I always say in the last streams. 4070 Super is an amazing card, and it's absolutely for sure better and faster than 3090. And 3090, as probably some of you remember, 2 years ago or even 1.5 years ago, 3090 was the king of the video cards. And now you have a middle thing video card which is better than 3090, which is 4070 Ti. Not Ti, the Super. The Ti also is pretty good though. But the Super version is completely enough. Also, it's not so big. Also, it takes a lot less power. And of course, it has a lot less RAM, half the RAM, but it doesn't matter. RAM of the video card matters only if you render in Blender very large amounts of polygons and things. Only then. Other than that, it doesn't matter at all. I usually don't do this, so for me, 12 gigabytes of RAM will be completely enough. Okay, this should be a little bit more in. I don't know, I'm concentrating a little bit here because I cannot find the likeness. Maybe a little bit of a tongue will be great. Greatly appreciated. Or gravely appreciated, who knows. Okay, a nice addition is the tongue. It's good. Let's push this a little bit back like this. Okay, as you can see, it doesn't look like the concept. Why? Because the concept is not symmetrical. It's just an artistic representation, and it cannot be done if we are keeping the symmetry. And I'm keeping the symmetry so far. That's why it's not looking like the concept. Maybe at some point we will break the symmetry a little bit, but for now, keeping it. You should make a video showing your setup. Could be. What do you think about IA? What is IA? Have you seen Sora? The IA that makes realistic video. IA. What is IA? I don't know. Couldn't go back to less than 24 gigabytes. I could, because I'm way less now. I almost drive myself insane trying to get perfect shapes sculpting hard surface. I don't know who can do it. Sculpting hard surface is not a good idea, as I always say. Hard surface, usually you have to do it by modeling it. And yes, it's a little bit slower and everything, but it's much more precise. And that's why we are doing it this way. The character artists, like me, we also do hard surface for our armors, for weapons, and such stuff. We have to do it, but we always do it by modeling it. Of course, I have one of my friends who is a character artist. He is using ZBrush and he is sculpting kind of the hard surface. Sculpting it by making something, then cutting it from here, cutting it from here, cutting from here, and making it this way. It's not efficient. Even ZBrush starts to struggle with one of his weapons. He's doing a weapon, just a normal rifle. A little bit more sci-fi with a lot of details. And he's doing it this way because it's faster. He's just making a cube, for example, and cut it from here, you know, shape it this way with a lot of polygons. And at some point, ZBrush is starting to stutter, even ZBrush. So I don't recommend it in Blender at all. I don't recommend it in ZBrush too. I recommend hard surface modeling, either in ZBrush or Blender. And I have a courses that I show how I do hard surface in ZBrush and in Blender also. most of my courses have hard surface, except for the anatomy ones. They don't have that much hard surface, because in anatomy usually you don't have hard surface except for the bones, but we don't sculpt them that much. We usually sculpt only the muscles and tissues that we see over the bones. The bones are usually not seen. That's what I'm saying. Maybe sometimes they are. If you break something and you can see the bone, but it's not a good thing, I would say. I think you should do more research about the GPU before deciding to purchase, because the CUDA cores on the 4070 is way less than 3090, which matters a lot in 3D workload. 4080 is fine. Probably, but I've seen some benchmarks on Blender, and I think 4070 was okay. Of course, when we're talking about working in the viewport and supporting a lot of polygons in Blender, for example, then we don't have benchmark. I haven't seen benchmarks, which is awkward, and this matters to me the most. But still, what also matters to me is to be able to stream and also kinda work with the render in Blender, because usually the Blender in render, or render in Blender the render in Blender is pretty much fine, the Eevee or cycles, but one of them was real time. I don't remember which one even. Let me see which one was the real time one. The Eevee. The Eevee is the more real time. The idea is that even in Eevee, when I'm trying to show it on stream, my video card is starting to give up a little bit, and I don't like that. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes a wise guy. Let's make him more kind of forward, so I'll push his body backwards. He started to look like Brock Lesnar. If you know, Brock Lesnar he was a professional wrestler, then he went to MMA. He won the heavyweight title in MMA, but then he lost it, and then he went to, I think, WWF, so the catch, or we call it catch in Bulgaria. It's wrestling again, but the fake wrestling. Yeah, it's fake. We all know that. We all need somebody to lean on. We got time, brother, give me your hand. Do you ever use Nomad Sculpt? What do you think about it? Yes, I used it. I used it even yesterday on the plane. And I think it's an amazing program for sculpting on a fly. Exactly on the fly, because I don't have internet on the plane. And I want to sculpt while I'm away from the computer. It's amazing. Other than that, it's very slow. If you don't have a keyboard with shortcuts, it's super slow, and that's why I am frustrated. And other than that, I like it because it gives me the opportunity to sculpt while I'm not on my computer, and that's a big yes for me. Alright? Big yes. Not just yes, big yes. Have you sculpted in Nomad? Yes, as I told you. Do you need to know good sketching before going to 3D modeling? Need? No. If it's good if you know, but you don't need to know it. I know people who haven't been 2D artists before they start to be 3D artists. They just become 3D artists, and that's it. It can be done. It helps a lot to be a good 2D artist before, because the best 3D artists that I know before that were good 2D artists. They were good drawers. They were drawing nicely. Me included. I was relatively good at drawing. I'm better in sculpting than I was in drawing, though. But I haven't drawn too much in many years. I'm just sculpting, so probably that's why I'm much better in sculpting right now. Practice is always what makes perfect. Small legs, always good. Let's see. We'll see. Modeling armor is harder than sculpting it. No. It depends. Usually, I model it and then sculpt on top of it if I have to. But it depends. It depends always on the concept. If the concept is good for sculpting, yes, I will sculpt it. If the concept requires modeling, I will model it. And how do I decide? Based on experience and based on a lot of knowledge of the program and everything. I have knowledge of everything, you know, of the universe even, yes. But that's normal. I am old. If I was young, that wouldn't be the case. But since I'm old, yeah, you can imagine. Let's see his other leg. Generate the other leg. Nice. And he looks bad. This is so bad. You see, from the side view, it looks amazingly bad. We'll try to fix it and we'll probably will succeed, but it requires time. In the beginning, when you're sculpting something, when you start sculpting it, it's always gonna be kind of a bad looking. It requires even more practice than I have to be able to make something pretty fast to look very nice. From the start even, to look very nice. I am not able to do it even, as you can see. You will rarely see a sculptor who has more experience than me. There are a lot of them, but not so much. I mean, yeah. If you go to our station, by the way, you will see a lot of very nice sculpts, 3D sculpts there. But you see, those are the best in the world, and that's it. There are not too many more than that. So if you see like 100 good sculptures in our station, that's it. Those are the 100 best sculptors in the world. Digital. Because not digital, there are much more. But digital, our station, Wise, that's it. Not more than that. Maybe a couple of more people that are not posting in our station, but usually, if you are a good sculptor or a good artist, you want to post in our station because this will give you money and fame. Who is running away from that? I don't know. I'm not. Not running. Too fast. Do you think AI will replace 3D designers? I don't know. Many people were thinking in the end of last year, not the end, in the beginning of last year, when the first AI came out, like Midjourney and DALL-E, they were thinking that very fast the 2D artist will be replaced. They're still not. So about the 3D artists, I don't know. We'll see. Everybody has their own opinion. My opinion is that maybe, but not in the near future. Because in the beginning, the AI, even if it starts to make nice 3D objects, because they are making 3D objects right now even with the AI, but they are awful. Even if it makes nice objects from concepts, they will need people to kind of work with it, to adjust, to customize, to fix, at least in the beginning. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. For now, we are safe. Those legs are so bad that I cannot describe even. I cannot. So bad legs. I usually don't make, yeah, I will say I usually don't make this bad legs, but today I am doing them. So, yeah, I'm losing it. I'm losing my grip on the legs. Legs are difficult. What can we do? I don't know. What will we do? Nothing. We'll just continue to work and see where it leads us. This is so bad. Now, I was with the big grab brush, I will start to move things, so it's looking a little bit better. We'll see if I will be able to spread those legs. Nicer, I think it's nicer. Let's go and do this. Okay, flatten the feet one way or another. One way or another, I will catch you. I wanna break you, break you, break you, break you. One way or another. Oh, no. I don't remember this. One way or another. I meet you. I meet you. One way, maybe next time. I love the sculpting, man. I don't love it particularly right now, but we'll see. I'll move things here and there, and we'll see how it will go. You know, yesterday's sculpt and today's sculpt are not my... I'm not the proudest, let's say, of them. But it's, you know, there are always days like this, especially when you have been in vacation and not touching sculpts for a week or so, not week, almost 20 days. So yeah, let's say that everything will be okay at some point in the future, but not now. Not now at all. So now, this body, don't get me wrong, this body is not good for this character. But it's fine. The idea is that this character is highly stylized, the face I mean, and the body is not highly stylized. The body is a little bit more realistic than it should be, or a lot more realistic. So, in order to stylize it, I have to kind of do it like this, and then start to smooth things and refine things, and it's a little bit of a longer process to refine it, to make it stylized, and also it's a process of watching more references, this style. So open the portfolio of Patry Balanovski, which is the guy who drew this concept, and just work from there, from his works. Bah. Bah. Amazing stuff. Let's see what people are saying. How much time do we have? It's 50 minutes. Okay. If you're losing grip on your legs, walk carefully. Exactly. I'm gonna find you. Yes. А може спеть песню Шамана? I don't know the shaman. What is this song? I can sing миллион алых роз. Из окна видишь ты. Кто влюблен, и вперед. Жил-был художник один. By the way, when I was in Thailand, I was singing this song when I was in the island, I was singing Чунга-чанга, синий небосвод, Чунга-чанга, песенку поет. Чудо-остров, жить на ним легко и просто, жить на ним легко и просто, Чунга-чанга. Наши части постоянны, жуй кокосы, ешь бананы, жуй кокосы, ешь бананы, Чунга-чанга. This is pretty old Russian song about the wonderful island of Chunga-changa. Chunga-changa is a superb island. You are living there. Living there is very simple. You are eating coconuts and bananas, and everything is completely perfect. And that was in the islands, by the way, in Thailand. Of course, it's not that perfect because you need money, and it's not expensive in Thailand, but it's not cheap also. It depends from where you are. For example, for Germans and Switzerland guys, and for Americans and Canadians, it was extremely cheap. For me, as a Bulgarian guy, it was kind of similar to our country. And for people from countries that are poorer, it will be expensive. So it depends where you are from. Чунга-чанга, синий небосвод, Чунга-чанга, песенку поет. Do you need checklist for the 3D steps? I don't, but maybe some guys do. It's different. I mean, different people, different things you need. I love to sculpt, that I will love it more if I get paid. Yeah, I'm not getting paid for this, what I'm doing right now. Not completely. I mean, not immediately paid. Hopefully, this will bring more people to my courses, and this way I will be paid. But yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's better to get paid when instead of just not being paid and just sculpt. But in the beginning, you have to just sculpt without being paid, because you cannot be paid for something that you cannot do. You only will be paid for something that you can do. And if you can't sculpt, you will never be paid to do it. I kind of guarantee you that. What model did you spend the most time sculpting it? Oh, there was one model for one of the games in Gameloft. It was a long time of sculpting, but it was nice. But Nico, when you course about arms, I'm still waiting. Yeah, I'm still waiting to start it. To start doing it. Start making it. Ага, я шучу, песни шамана гамно. Okay. How old are you, bro? I'm 42. О, это хорошая песня. Да, очень хорошая. So the guy says it's a very nice song. Ты жил в Russian Federation какое-то время? No, I haven't lived in Russia ever. I want to go to Russia to see what's happening, but probably it will not be now. But someday, why not? Maybe in summer, in the summer. It's possible, by the way, to fly to Russia these days, but you have to go through Istanbul. It can be done. So I'm thinking about it, because there will be less tourists, it will be less crowded in Moscow, it will be pretty nice. You know, I don't support what Putin is doing in Ukraine. Yes, I just don't. But doesn't mean that Russia is bad to visit, especially Moscow and St. Petersburg. Petersburg. I don't know how to say it. Nico, you absolute legend. Thanks for your vids. You are my comfort channel, as well as an amazing source for sculpting motivation. Thank you. Hi, Chunga-changa forever. Exactly. It was, yeah. Чудо-остров. Wonderful island. Жить на ним легко и просто. Live on it is easy and simple. Yeah, many people, some people don't remember, but I noticed and I noted that I understand Russian like 70-75%. I cannot say exactly how much percentage I understand, but I understand Russian pretty well. It's difficult for me to speak it though. or to write in it. Because I don't have experience. Can you paint 3D models realistically? What do you mean? To like this to paint it? I tried once to paint one of my sculpts, and with the help of one of my friends it came out pretty well, but usually I don't do this. You have to have special, you know, paints and whatever. So yeah, I don't do this. Okay, it's time to maybe do a little bit of coloring. Why not? Yes, coloring is good. Coloring is good for your health. It's not. I don't know. I'm waiting for arm tutorial 2. That will be amazing. Arm and hand tutorial is coming at some point. Hopefully March. How do you go from one part to another without returning to object mode? That's a very good question, and that question was almost never asked in this stream today. Just once. Just once before. And somebody will definitely tell you in the comments. Salam alaikum. I'm waiting for tutorial. Yes. Do you have to share the revenue of your courses to the concept artist? No, I don't have to. And I don't do this. Is Bulgarian similar? It's kind of similar to Russian, yes. Are you from Litva? Not. I'm not from Litva. Have you ever visited Sri Lanka? No, I haven't. But I wish. 4070, good for 3D. Should be good. Alt Q, exactly. You can't because of how Blender works. I think the context needs to update. The context needs to update. I don't know. Okay, let's see. The legs need a little bit more work, but overall we are in a good space. Not exactly, but still it's fine. Let's do something here again, like this. This will be his panties. And I will color them. But first, I will color them, but first. No. Okay. Let's color his body, his arms, his legs, and the back. Although the back is not needed, I'm just losing time. Whatever. It's fine. Okay. This is the base color of his body. We will not keep it as base color. If you keep it like this and you don't color it more, like with more variation, it will look bad. So we will go and start doing what we have to do. A little bit of this color here and there, especially around his areas where he has to shave, and the hair line. Then we will go with a little bit more kind of a reddish color on the nose. And where else? Probably around the eyes a little bit, but we'll fix it. And then this. And then around the body, we'll also put a little bit of this coloration. That's how we'll get variation, and he will look more real. Of course, he will never look completely real because he's a stylized character, shouldn't look real. But he's a little bit more realistic now. Or looks a little bit better. Yeah, let's say it looks better. It's not realistic. He will not be realistic. We don't aim for that at all. We don't want realism. Although the body is a little bit more realistic than I wish. But nothing can be done. Or it can be done. But I don't want to do it. Because it's a lot of work. And we don't have that amount of time. Yeah, don't try to be like me. I'm kind of lazy. And I do things very quickly. Because I'm lazy. If I wasn't lazy, I would do them more carefully. And with bigger success. And more quality-wise, they will be better. I see people and I admire people who can spend like 1 month to one character and refine it to the tiniest bit of detail. Amazing, amazing. I cannot do this because I'm anxious. I cannot wait. There are people like me. There are people who can go to the detail and they can detail a lot. Different people, you know, just different people. We are all different. We're not the same, which is the beauty of it. I guess. Okay, this, let's see, this and here, oops. I will color a little bit more. Now here we need a little bit more of a darker shade inside the mouth. And here, also here, and here. Now, analyzing it, fixing it. Amazing stuff. Or not so much. You decide. Now this is good. Here I will add a little bit more dark. And here I will add a little bit more dark. It's nicer. Now this one I will make it like this color. Okay, and here also we will add this color. As you can see, I'm not bumping my geometry. I'm still using pretty low poly. But it's working from afar. From afar it's working kind of. Which is great. Now here I will add the blue. And you will see that the thumbnail of this video, if some of you have paid attention, is not as the thing that we are doing. The pose is different. The head should be the same, but the pose is different. But it doesn't matter, right? We are amazing, yeah, it's fine. We're in a good space right now. Right. Oh, we have to make the nipples. I don't know if we have to make the nipples, but we will make the nipples. Why not? Who will stop us making the nipples? Nobody can. Nobody can stop us. We will make nipples, even a little bit like this. Yeah, don't be afraid to make nipples, to make dicks, to make whatever. Those are artistic things, you have to do it, you know. You shouldn't be afraid. I will not make a dick now here in the stream because it will be difficult to persuade YouTube to leave the video alone, you know. That's a little bit what I'm saying. But let's make his panties or pants or panties. I'm not sure exactly what are these called, but yeah. Because he's a bodybuilder, he has this very funny pants. They have them, they have these pants, I know, because I am a fan of bodybuilding. I don't do bodybuilding myself, but I am a fan of, although, see, biceps. But this is genetics mostly. It's not that I'm doing something to make it work. It's just like that. It's like that. It's just the way it is. So this eye should be kind of a white, and the other one should be another color. White, a little bit of... But yeah, I will make them white like this. It's fine. And then we should break the symmetry of the head to see if we can make him look a little bit more like the concept. With broken nose. Because it's obvious that his nose is pretty much broken a lot. with these things here. And yeah, I've seen, I will show you, by the way, the Discord entries, and they are pretty nice. Some of them are pretty nice. There are some that have made the concept completely, almost to the point. Of course, it requires just one view. So yeah, if you shot it from another view, it will look bad. It will look very bad. So yeah, usually it's just from one view. We will try to make it a little bit closer to the concept. Not too much though, because too much will require too much time, and we don't have that time because we are streaming, and not we. I am streaming, and in streaming you don't have time. Time has you. As you notice, it's starting to get a little bit more like the concept, but still not enough. Let's fix the teeth. Okay, good. Those we can make them down. Okay. Ah, you are talking in chat. Very nice, very nice. But Blender is free and good for beginner testing the waters. Yes, definitely. So you don't need to buy the concept art before making the course. No, I just ask the concept artist, and usually they say, well, yes. And I always mention them in the description and also in the promo video of each course that I have. So it should be enough for them. Because after everything, it's my work that makes the whole course, and the course is not about exactly the concept, it's about how to make it in 3D, and the concept could be anything. So yeah, if the concept artist, when I contact him before I start the course, say, okay, but you will give me some amount of money on each sale of the course or whatever, most likely I will just find another concept artist to make it doesn't matter for me. I can do it from another concept artist, it's not a problem. I can do it from AI, even if all the concept artists start to get greedy and start to ask for money. I can do with AI also, as you can see. But yeah, I don't like it. I mean, especially for production, I said AI is not in a good level right now. But since I am also a 2D artist, I can draw at least a little bit. I can do it myself. I can do a concept with AI and also with drawing over it by myself. And yeah, it could be nice. I have to try it. That's a great idea, Nico. Do this. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit, but you see the lips, they're pretty thick in the character. So let's make them a little bit thicker than they are right now. And we will be kinda done. And then I will show you the Discord server entries and you will be amazed. Except if you are in the Discord server, then you will not be amazed because you already seen them. So the idea is, don't go into the Discord server because you will not be able to be amazed when I show the Discord entries. You know, that's logic. That's absolutely logistic. I don't remember how to do something like this. Okay, oops. Oh, we have to make a shadow. Shadow on the wall. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Shadow on the wall. Dun 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 dun. Shadow on the wall. Dun 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 dun. Shadow on the wall. Alright. Alright in there. Now let's make a shadow on the wall. No. And he is fine. Of course, again, he's not as the concept. This is not like the concept, but it's closer than before. Maybe if we move his lower jaw a little bit back. But from the front view, he will start to look very awkward. So we have to be careful to not make him look completely awkward. It's great for me to sculpt while listening to your stream. It's like working with somebody in the office. I feel lonely in alien country, you know. Exactly. I also like to listen to some streams when I'm working. I don't do 3D printing, but I'm pretty sure topology is important for that. Sculpting will always be the best in ZBrush, but you could do the modeling in Blender. Some crazy people model with topo in ZBrush. Yes, I was like this. I was modeling with topologizing in ZBrush and making UVs in ZBrush, basic UVs at least. And it works. Exactly, yeah, you know that I used to. Do you miss ZModeler? Yes, I miss ZModeler. Some features are very fast and very easy to do some stuff. So I miss it a little bit, but I'm determined to work only with Blender. So that's what I'm doing. I'm only working with Blender. I don't like the arms, by the way. It's I mean, from here it's fine. From here it's a little bit too much. Overall, it's not ultra bad. Maybe we can bring them closer together like this. Man. Yeah, I think this is better. Better. You see, even from the side view, he looks okay. The face, I mean. The body also. He looks relatively okay from all sides right now. It can... You know, it can be a little bit more work. Can make him a little bit better. But he's not bad at all. This screen, by the way, is not bad. Let's see if we can... right click and shade smooth if it will do a good job on. It's not bad, it's not bad. Shade smooth is doing great, but we have to smooth a little bit here. Shadow on the wall. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Remember, the shoulder always comes to this bone here of the arm, and it kind of finish, I mean, all the fibers of the shoulder are going into this point here, which is between the brachialis and the triceps, around that. It's kind of over the brachialis, but it's fine. We're fine. By the way, in this pose, the chest is very much tense, so we will have some separation and serration. Also, the abdominal muscles are pretty tense. We'll have them also like this. Yeah, baby. All right. So, we have it. Amazing, super nice. Now, let's go to see the entries of our contest. It's it's a contest without prizes, without any. The prize is you practicing more, you know, and that's why people are doing it, because it's challenge to do something, and when you know that many people are doing it with you, you can compare yourself a little bit, you can challenge yourself a little bit more, so your work will be a little bit better, and this way you will advance. If you don't challenge yourself, if you just do things as you always do them, without challenge, without comparison, without a little bit of a push, then you will not advance too much. Let me say, I will zoom, not zoom, but go a little bit to where I put the task. Okay, here. This was when I gave the assignment last week, Saturday. Now it's Friday, so tomorrow there is time for another one. And this, by the way, looks nice. This is the previous week, or the week before the, I don't know anymore. Okay, and yeah, this one is not exactly okay, but body, nice. And the assignment was to make the body however you want, just to, you know, make it artistically nice. This is interesting. Let's see. I'm not a fan of, when you lift up your arms, your tits will never stay like this unless you are a woman with big tits. Yeah, otherwise it will not. This is not exactly the task, and I don't know why it's here, but you know, people that are in Discord and people who will be in the Discord when they see the link in the description, don't post things in the wrong channels. This is the weekly sculpt challenge, and yes, this was made for one of the weekly challenge, so its place is here, okay. But there are sometimes people are placing in the weekly sculpt challenge things, and I have to delete them, which are not exactly on this channel, for the channel. So this one, okay, this one, not bad. This one, yeah, a little bit of artistic representation. It's not the concept completely. This one looks a lot like the concept, I would say. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Making the teeth separately is the best way to do it, as they are here. Making them as one mesh, as I do it, is the fastest way, but usually not the best. Let's see this. Very nice, I would say, with a guitar and everything. So the guy has took his time to make a guitar, yeah, simple one, but still, and to make him in a pose. It's very cool. This is just the face. Yeah, some people probably don't read all the description when I do the challenge, so they do just what they see, and they see this. Okay, this is the challenge, and I do this. But when they read it, they start doing a body. Wow, this is like in veins and everything. It's cool, yeah. This guy like, yeah, interesting. You see, interesting representation of each artist makes it a little bit more different than others, and that's why it's so interesting. This one is, I don't know, this guy here is some interesting guy. This is pretty nice. Let's see, yeah. The face looks almost like the concept. This one also, pretty nice. I would like to see the body though. Here, those things I like, because they are like the concept. But we don't have body for now. Yeah, mad guys, amazing. A lot of people have joined this challenge, by the way, because it looks easy in the beginning. Cool boxer. It looks easy when you see it. You say, ah, it's pretty simple, but it's not exactly. I was thinking to make this on the stream, by the way, this morning. I was thinking, okay, I will have to make him like pooping, like pooping. But then this guy made it before me. So yeah, and then I did this just to practice it a little bit, and now we have this, which is similar but a little bit different pose. And yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you for cooperating, and let me see some questions and then go to sleep or whatever. Maybe masturbate, we'll see. What's your opinion about source filmmaker? I don't know about this. Yeah. Do you usually use Blender for work or must be ZBrush? I use Blender for work and for everything since like 2 years ago. Even when I was in Gameloft, I was using Blender. And by the way, when I started using only Blender and I started not using ZBrush, nobody said a thing in the company. Even they say, good for you, Nico, very nice models. It doesn't matter if you do them with Blender, with Notepad, with Word, or with Excel. It matters is that those are good models, so it's fine. Yeah. Looks really good. I think the eyes are maybe what strays a bit. Yeah, there are a lot of things that strays, probably. What's your opinion about source filmmaker? Okay. For those that don't know, this is known as the most muscular pose, yes. Sorry for spam, I want to know that. Yeah, but, you know. Hello, Nico, can you make a model based on Spider-Man Miles Morales? Maybe someday we'll see. Finally called to life. Yeah, but the end of it. This is the end of the life. The end of my life. No, it's the end of this life, the stream. Now you must print this on 3D printer. I don't know. I don't like it that much. I like the Goro. From all the streams, this is, and the Batman also, I have it, and I printed it. When I like something, then I printed it. Have a nice day, okay? Good. I would love to see a 2019 Hellboy sculpt. I have one Hellboy sculpt or two. Maybe I will sculpt Hellboy again, definitely. Hellboy is a nice character, so probably I will do it again someday. Maybe. Yeah. So, let's finish this forever.